Hey, beautiful souls, welcome back or welcome to The Hawk and I. My name is Lana Zelensky, and I work in the spirit dimensions. As always, in all my videos or on my live feeds, simply take what resonates, and you're welcome to leave the rest right here. So, for whatever reason, whether it be spirit or my own technology issues, as always, I cannot see Aaron. So, if you can just give me a little bit of a heads up, am I framed okay in the screen on the camera? I cannot see myself, which is, I guess, is okay. Lana, we can see you. Perfect. And am I centered okay? Yep, looks perfect. All right, let's just jump in. I don't need to see myself. I know what I look like, and I will sort it out later because I do have a very busy day today. I am on Zoom, I am in person, and I've got softball. So it is a day that is fully packed with a lot of fun. The energy this week. So we talked about Monday about finding, keeping your peace and protecting your peace. And I really, really love the energy that has flowed through since then. It hasn't shifted a whole lot, but I do feel like this mellow vibration, this soft energy, this peaceful energy that's kind of really kind of holding the space there a little bit this morning. Or when I did my meditation this morning, it felt like I was being held there. It felt like we were being reminded to hold that space. And what was really interesting that spirit came out with is when it comes to our protecting our peace, we are responsible for that. And personal responsibility and self-reflection was so huge when I was sitting in my meditation. That whole self-reflection piece, that whole am I causing a little bit of chaos? Am I the one that's kind of seeking for things that are unbalanced? A lot of those questions came back up, and I sat there with spirit and I thought that is a really, really, really good reminder, because sometimes we do add fuel to the fire, or we do put a log on the fire and kind of get things kind of percolating a little bit, and just being able to kind of sit back and say, you know what, I got to protect my peace. I'm not going there, and to be very clear and very loving and very soft, and coming into that heart space with being able to lean in there. I have been spending a lot of time. I know it's only Wednesday, but I have spent so much time outside, and I've spent so much time working with animal communication this week, and that has really kind of amplified and leveled up my own peaceful feeling. And I kind of leaned in there a lot yesterday. I spent some time at a farm yesterday, and animals do bring us that calm, peaceful, and the wide open spaces. And then Spirit spoke to me while I was out there and was literally like, "We need to do more of this. That back to basics, that loving space, that calmness, that getting out of the chaos in any way that we can." And I really feel that sometimes we naturally kind of participate in that busyness, and we don't kind of put on the brakes. Now, I get it. Sometimes the days are busy, life is busy, things we get caught up in things. But one thing that Spirit was really loud and clear with me, and I don't think it was just for me. I think it was very much collectively, is you're choosing to participate in it. Right. So I think that, we need to kind of reevaluate sometimes, especially when we're feeling chaotic, when we're feeling like we don't have a minute of peace. We've got to kind of get a little bit better on creating that space that we can go to, even if it's just a few minutes a day, because I really felt that softening and that letting go and that holding that peaceful state of mind. It's so healing, and it's a lot of natural letting go has been coming in for me this week. I'm just going to let that go. And it's because I've been spending more and more time with just, moments of quiet, moments of nature, moments with myself, moments with other people, and just kind of tweaking that balance. And I think though, with tweaking that balance, we do have to take that responsibility with saying, I can't do everything this week, and I'm doing my best with what's in front of me, and really navigating through that. I'm going to continue to really sit in that peaceful space, in finding peace in situations that you may not have felt before. So what do I mean by that? For example, I'll just use my own personal experience, as example. I was out on the ball diamond on Monday with a new softball team, and it was a lot of fun. And there was also a lot of within myself, am I doing this right? Am I giving them the skills that they need? And I kind of floated in there a little bit, and I kind of floated back out with, no, there's a lot of peace here on this diamond. There's a blue sky above me, there's trees around me. And as I was navigating through the practice, I I pulled myself into that energy. I'm going to work here with the trees around me. I'm going to work here with the sky around me. And it felt so good. So then I tried that same thing when I was out doing animal communication. I am going to lean more into the sky, more into the ground, bringing my awareness there while I'm working. And it was like a huge shift on how I was feeling the energy around me, because I was pulling in the energy around me with, okay, I'm going to tap into the sky while I work. I'm going to tap into the ground while I work. And I worked from that perspective, and I made the energy around me kind of the office walls for the day. I did, and it felt so good. And I had to take responsibility for it. I had to be the one to say, okay, how can I navigate through this from a different perspective? And I just imagined or told myself, today my office is the sky, right? And I just kind of tapped into that. Give it a try. I hope that I'm explaining it best that I can. But take things, you know how I always say, take your spirit guides with you. Take the energy with you. Take that peace with you. Just kind of tap in a little bit more. If you work inside, look out a window. Connect with that a little bit more, and just soothe you. I'm going to soothe and satisfy myself while I'm working. And I say that with a chuckle because it's so simple. And I practice it quite a bit, and I'm going to continue to practice that for the next couple of weeks, just to see how good I can get with it. With can I turn up the volume on that peaceful feeling? Can I step even further back out of the energy that doesn't really serve me? I'm really going to work at that. So, and I'm going to use the word challenge, but I'm going to put it out there as a challenge for you guys. Maybe we can do it as a spiritual challenge. Let's just kind of see if we can get playful with that kind of energy and figure out our own way of bringing that with us to work, bring and connecting with that while we do our work. Um, I know it's short and sweet. I had played around a little bit with the technology. My computer did an automatic update, and now I can't see myself on the camera. I'm sure Wes will help me navigate through that, as he quite often does. Or it's just spirit saying, just trust the process. It's all good. Let's grab a couple questions before I have to go. And I am back on Fridays. I'm just going to grab what I can here. Uh, good morning, Lana. Can you or spirit tell me how to tune into my psychic abilities? Am I on the right path? Amanda, so one thing, and I don't know, I might have a couple of students in here. I haven't gone through the whole chat. One thing that I tell my students is to really work on the allowing and opening up, really working into quieting the physical world. The physical world is so loud, and those of us who work with spirit need to be able to turn that down a little bit. I do feel you're on the right path, but I feel like I've got to lift off of you, Amanda, judging your connection. Your connection is going to be very different than anybody else's. It's your unique relationship with spirit. We are all connected. We all have the ability. We all have our own relationship with spirit, and it takes time to grow. And I feel like I've got to say to you, Amanda, just continue with holding the space, continue building your relationships, continue with some of the tips and tricks that people share, either myself or other people who work with spirit. And I always, and I say this often, I always utilize my connection to grow it. So, for example, when I'm driving to work, I will try and tap into how does the energy feel with the roads? Is there a lot of cars? Am I going to hit every red light? And I try and feel that. Yeah, I'm going to hit 3 red lights out of 5. And I just try and I'm always playful. I'm always tapping in and tuning in and working on my connection and working on my remote viewing and working on all of it. It's just like I'm always kind of like in that practice state. And I never ever judge myself with when things I'm not understanding or I'm not growing as fast as I want to. I just allow, and that is the greatest gift you can give yourself, is that space to just allow, to just be, to just enjoy your relationships with spirit. um Jules, Lana, my husband is with me this morning. Hello, Jules' husband. Any messages from him from spirit? I wasn't even finished reading your question there, or Jules, and I just literally had to give him a big old squeeze and let him know that he is enough, that he tries hard, that it doesn't have to be smooth all the time. And I felt like I had to really do this with them. And so, it's that whole little bit of that worthiness piece. I felt like I just had to say, you've done so much work, so much healing work, so much forward work, and you're doing amazing with where you're at. And I keep having to say, you are enough. You are so enough. And you are very much loved. There's also a father figure that's supporting him. So father figure, grandfather, someone like a father, that's just on his left side, that's kind of like just kind of like leaning in a little bit. You are so supported and so loved. I also feel a lot of spiritual growth. I don't know if he's like kind of test tasting, or perhaps it's just like a little bit more open minded. Oh, I feel that effort there. And I just have to go like that and give him a big old squeeze. I want to break free has been playing in my head all day. There you go, Shy. Um, let's see any questions. I got some outside air coming through the living room and it smells like rain. I love the smell of rain. I truly do. Let's see where we go. Bubbles, did you see, or Shy, did you see the link to the song I posted on the updates comments Monday? You guys are also awesome. Nisa, my dog Darla is hating her food. I've tried some high protein grains. She still doesn't eat. Can you lean in to see what's going on with her? What does she want? I do feel a bit of a battle of like that control battle going on, and I feel like she is struggling to find something that she doesn't hate. And I really feel, I need to shift more over. I don't want to say like raw diet, but I feel like I've got to shift over more to like a topper on her food, like a topper, like almost like a topper. I keep seeing a topper. What's the word that I'm looking for? You know how you can buy like toppers for dog food? I feel like I just have to add it to her. I also feel some of it is behavioral. I do feel like it's like I'm picky and I don't even want to try it. And I can literally see her snout go up in the air like, I don't really want to try it. Um, High protein grain free varieties, but she still doesn't eat. I need to go with a topper, and I feel like it's more like of an organic, something new, something that she hasn't tried before. So have you tried her with like kangaroo or duck, something that she hasn't tried before? And I also feel this dog likes variety, Nisa. I don't think you're going to find a food that she's going to want to be on for a long time. I feel like she likes variety, so maybe you need to get variety of toppers. I also feel you're going to work through it. I don't feel worried at all. Kayla, I'm going to try that, Lana. I'm going to pull in the nature around me as soon as I walk in my office walls. Beautiful story. I love it. I also set waterfalls at my doorways. So I visualize here's a neat one for you. I don't know if I've ever shared this before. Maybe I have. I just imagine, use your imagination or just pretend or tell yourself there's a beautiful waterfall over my office door or over the entrance to wherever you work. And as I walk in that, it's just going to protect me and cleanse me. And anybody else who lovingly walks through that door, if they choose, they will feel that energy too. I visualize waterfalls. I love water. It's very cleansing. It's very protecting. It doesn't. It's just such a beautiful energy to kind of put in place. I do it at my entrance and my exits, my front and my back of my house. I have waterfalls set up, just to kind of give us all that beautiful spiritual bath. I'm trying to grab as many questions as I can here, guys. I am a little pushed for time because of the camera issue, but my dog is such a diva. I love her so much, though. Yeah, I can feel that. It's literally like it's kind of how I feel. I literally want to do that. Lana, can Spirit elaborate more on reflectors in human design? I'm a reflector and I need to cleanse a lot. So that is a big topic. So, and I'm be happy if you brought me back to that. I'm actually going to write it down so that when we have more time, I can go into that. I myself need to cleanse a lot as well, and it's because of the empath within me that is huge. I need to, and I also need to remind myself I need to let go. I need to let go. And it's more of that reminder. I don't need to bring everything with me all the time. It's just that I'm for me it's like an energy bath all the time. But I need that reminder. I just need to let that go. I have always needed that reminder. I don't think it's new, and it's okay. So I insert that right into my spiritual practices. But I will adjust that question. Feel free to bring me back to. I'm just going to write it down so that I don't forget because I do forget. Okay, let us grab our books today. I'm feeling pulled to both. Feeling pulled to both. So, angel number for the day, let's just set an intention. What do we need to know from the angelics? Angel number for the day, drum roll, please. Trust that you are fully supported as you devote your time and energy to developing your spiritually based career. And you can also use that. So that's 592, by the way. Trust that you are fully supported as you devote your time and energy to develop your spiritually based career. And spiritually based career, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do it as a job. And your spiritually based practices, your spiritually based connection, your spiritually based guidance, your relationships with spirit, you're fully supported in that. And that's really interesting. I really love that message because it also tings a bell for me too, with that support. Because sometimes on the spiritual journey, people don't always understand, and we do feel like a lack of support, a lack of people understanding who we are, or how we function, and how we see the world. So I really love that message. I think I'm gonna write down that number so I don't have to look back at it later in case I want to pull it up. But there are, and some of you here may be feeling that as well as not feeling supported. There, from physical world people while we're growing our spiritual journey, and it's okay. But not feeling supported, it can be hard, right? Can be hard. Let's go to the animal message for today, the spirit animal message for the rest of the week. Let's kind of lean in there. Alina felt the lack of support on a phone call last night. Yeah. I just want to kind of push that a little bit more, Alina. One thing that's really helped me is I've really got to a place, even though sometimes it still may sting, I've really gotten to a place where it's okay. It's my journey and people don't have to understand it. And I just kind of take it from that love and that light in that space, and I lean in there a little bit more. But I also feel and bring in my spirit guides. That's the support that matters to me so much, is that divine support, right? Um, okay, here we go. But it does feel good to be supported. I will acknowledge that 100%. All right, here we go. Let's set some intentions on what we need to hear from today. All right, so I have to turn the page over because it is a big one. It's the Falcon, so it's a 2-pager. Sorry. Okay. Before making a decision, step back from it and consider it from a broader perspective. There's an opportunity before you. However, be patient and trust your instinct to know when the time is right to act on it. Pay close attention to the natural rhythms of your body and your surroundings and see what this can teach you. Whatever choice you make at this time, once you've made it, commit to it fully and take the plunge. I love a leap of faith. Oh, I love a good leap of faith. um, Nerve-wracking sometimes, but I do love it. Use your mental Use your mental capacities and your wits to resolve situations you're dealing with. Focus on what you want rather than what you don't want, and develop your strategy accordingly. 100%. When we focus on what we want, it just brings so much momentum. Like Abraham Hicks says, focus on what you want and what you don't want. Kind of, and stay with what you want. I love that. Take off your mask and let the world know who you really are. Ooh, I love that one too. Trust that none of what you have to deal with in the next few days will be a crisis. So do your best to remain calm and centered no matter what. Take either Tai Chi or yoga and emphasize breathing and slow, gentle movements. The next few days will take adaptability and flexibility on your part as you maneuver around any twists and turns that life takes. Make sure you're eating a healthy, organic foods as much as possible. A few times each day, take several slow, deep breaths, then count to 10 as you inhale and 10 as you exhale. This is a time to act swiftly in pursuit of your goal. I love that too. Be courageous, willing to face whatever it is that intimidates or frightens you. Be especially guarded with your health at this time, sticking with nutrients, organic foods, and healthy environments. Love it. I love it so much. Um, Short and sweet. We'll have to do. I'm grateful that I was able to get some time on here with you. I will be in on Friday morning. Again, we'll take a little bit of time for Ask the Medium. Bring me your questions, and I'll spend some time answering as many as I can before I have to go to work. It's in person Friday and some teaching and past life regression. It is a busy Friday. And it's a long weekend coming up for us here. So I'm very excited for that. Manny Green Hill, absolutely what I need. Rami, hit it. Might seem like nothing, but for the first time in a long time, I went for a walk with my dog. Feel like a little step to become myself again. Little steps matter too. I remind myself of that so often. We tend to be really hard on ourselves and think that it requires great big things to matter, or great big things, to have an accomplishment. I celebrate even my smallest steps. I celebrate all of the learning. It's really helped me to soften on myself. It's really helped me to open up the gateway to growing and learning. I celebrate all small steps, all big steps. Have a beautiful day, Lana. Thank you for your time and energy you give. Much love to all of you. I love this community. I say it every time. I love all of you so much. I love this community. I love doing the lives. It brings me a lot of joy too. As always, I'm wishing you love, light, blessings, and have a spirit guided day. Take care, you guys. I'll see you Friday.